Lindstrom's office has a certificate for you. Thank you. And you have a minute to respond.
I'm in so much trouble. I would like to express my appreciation to the Hall of Fame Committee and to the chairperson of the committee. It's an incredible honor, and it's very humbling to be included with the women who were named earlier, the members of the Hall of Fame, and to be included with Mrs. Zent, who I did have the pleasure of working with when she was principal and superintendent at Greenfield, and with Kathy Griffith. But I have to say, I did not know all the things either of these women had done until I had the opportunity to read their biographies, and it is humbling to be included in them. I'm really nervous, as you can tell, but I would like to have another minute, if I can.
Okay, a minute and a half.
Okay, to acknowledge just a few other people. I promise I'll be quick. Now, unfortunately, I practiced this so much, I hate what I'm going to say, so I'm going to try to change it up just a little bit. But first, I need to acknowledge my mom and dad. My dad loved community service. He would have loved this so much. He got so much joy from participating in things for our hometown, and it would just touch him so much that you all did this. And my mom, who is still living but is not feeling really good today, she would also like it because she always thinks her kids should get, it doesn't matter how old you are, and your moms think that you should get some recognition. They also gave me a wonderful brother and sister. When Sam and I moved to Hillsboro over 4 decades ago, we had no idea the opportunities that were going to be offered to us and the supports we would get here. My first full-time employer, and since the newspaper was mentioned, I will say my first job in Highland County is I worked for the Press-Gazette, putting mailers, you know, the Kroger ads, into for $4 an afternoon. So I was so grateful when Clara Goodrich, although I enjoyed that, Clara Goodrich, director of the Highland County Head Start program, offered me my first teaching job. And she helped me understand how important it is to work closely with families. And she kind of helped me understand with preschoolers, she didn't do some of the things I should probably do. George Greer was the superintendent of Highland County at that time. He gave me my first school psychology job, and I was privileged through that job to get to work with educators and families in Lynchburg, Fairfield, and Greenfield, and made some of the friendships that I still have, including getting to know Pamela Nickel, who has been a friend and a mentor my whole career. I didn't know at the time that George hired me that 30 years, 40 years later, his grandson would be such a wonderful friend to my son. And at a moment when he really needed support, Ross, and Justin Tice, but Ross was there for him. So I want to mention the contribution that George's grandson, Ross Greer, gave to our family. I also wanted to mention that after I finished some schooling at UC, John Williamson and John Gossett hired me in Hopewell in Newmarket, and it was such an exciting thing for me to work there. It was 5 counties. I'm hurrying up, guys, I promise. But it was so fun to get hired there because the people that were there had so much energy. And over the years that I got to work there, I got to work with educators and therapists and support people at that agency. And then when Hopewell joined with Southern Ohio ESC, I had the opportunity to work with folks from Southern Ohio ESC, and I have to say what a pleasure it was to work with people who were consistently dedicated to kids, all kids, and to get to work with the families of kids, those who were challenged and those who are not quite as challenged. So it's been a joy. And I also had the pleasure from that to make a lot of friendships that we still have, including with Shannon Tice. I wanted to mention Shannon because when I first moved here, Shannon Tice and Tom and Maggie and Tim Hess told me, I mean, I enjoyed watching them. They were so energetic and they did so much for Hillsboro. Some of the other people I wanted to mention were Rachel Meyer and Linda Kelch, Tony Long, all the people that I had the opportunity to work with. Finally, I'd like to talk about, just for a minute, my children, Samantha Barnhouse and her husband Grant and my son Will. And I want you to know that it is wonderful when your children enrich your life and teach you every day. And that's what my kids do for me. And I want to mention my husband Sam, because if you know Sam, and you may, he loves 3 or 4 things, okay? He loves the Buckeyes. He loves his school district, Hillsboro City Schools. He loves his dog, and he loves his family.
And he loves his wife.
He has been such a dear over 40 years. So we've had some fun for about a month and a half since I retired from Southern Ohio ESC HOF, and since Brett Justice replaced me as director there. And we've had a lot of fun, but what I discovered was I missed work. So I'm going to get to have the fun of working a little bit in Pike County with school districts in the next year. So I'm real excited about that. So I want to congratulate Sue and Kathy, and thank you for your contributions. Thank you all, and please accept my gratitude.